Hello and welcome to GoTo Tech Reviews. Today we will be looking at a high-performance air CPU cooler from Reeven called the Ouranos. Let's jump in and see its features and see how it performs. The Reeven Ouranos is a single tower cooler which measures 143mm wide, 161mm high, and 95mm deep, and is designed with performance, compatibility, and cost in mind. The design allows for full DRAM compatibility as the fan does not overhang the RAM slots. It is compatible with Intel and AMD sockets, but requires an additional upgrade kit for AM4, which is kind of a bummer. Its larger size accommodates room for a 140mm PWM fan or optional second fan, which feature bright Reeven yellow fins in a black casing. This won't necessarily be everyone's taste, but it's definitely better than the Noctua brown and definitely stands out. I really like the design of the cooler with its uniquely shaped aluminum fins and cool looking cover plate with the Reeven logo. But it is definitely utilitarian overall in appearance, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it just depends on what your priorities are. The base plate and 6 heat pipes are made of a nickel-plated copper. The base plate is smooth and has some machining apparent, but it isn't that big of a deal. The heat pipes feature 2 different sizes and the 2 largest are in the center. Fitting 6 heat pipes on a single tower cooler is rather impressive, which can help in removing heat away from the CPU to the fin stack. The contents include all the tools required for installing the CPU cooler on its various supported sockets, as well as a well-written and simple installation guide. It also comes with an extra set of fan mounts if you wanted to install a second fan for a push-pull configuration, as well as a speed adapter and CPU thermal paste. Overall, the installation process, especially on my X99 board, was extremely simple and straightforward. First you add the base screws, then the square mounting bracket, and then hold it down with 4 nuts that hold the bracket in place. Next you apply the thermal paste and set the cooler in place. Once the cooler is in place, slide the retainer bar over the base and it will settle in a cutout. After that, there are 2 screws to tighten down the cooler. Once the cooler is in place, all that is left is installing the fan and attaching the fan to the CPU header on the motherboard. Again, I was pleased at the ease of install overall. With the cooler installed, it is now time to see how it performed. Testing was done using Ada64 Extreme on the Intel Core i7-6800K overclocked to 4.1 GHz with a V-core of 1.3 volts. This will be compared to the higher priced dual tower Noctua NH-D15, which is the closest competitor I had on hand. Temperatures were checked at 50%, 75%, and 100% fan speeds. So let's go ahead and take a look at the results. Here you can see that the Reeven Ouranos holds up extremely well against the Noctua NH-D15 and stays within 1 degree Celsius at all fan speeds. Even though this is just one test, the results here are impressive, especially considering that the Ouranos retails for $50 US and the NH-D15 retails for $88 US at the time of this writing. There is no doubt that there is a definite price to performance ratio advantage on the Reeven Ouranos here. I wasn't quite sure what to expect when I first got the Reeven Ouranos, but I was pleasantly surprised at the value and performance of this cooler. It's fully capable of cooling my i7-6800K overclocked and provides maximum RAM compatibility. Just like the Cooler Master Evo 212 being the overall value king, the Ouranos in my eyes is the high performance value king, and I highly recommend it. It can be found on Newegg, but that was about the only place I was able to find it. You can find a link in the video description below. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and we will catch you in the next video.